Hello, my aspiring scientists. Welcome to another Reach Science video. I am your instructor, Miss Rowe, and I am so excited to bring another chemistry lesson to you. Today, we will be looking at states of matter. Are you ready to learn about this topic? Come on, let's get into it. Okay, students, in our discussion of states of matter today, we are going to 1. Identify the 3 states of matter, and 2. Discuss the characteristic features of each state. Now, in our previous video, we studied the particulate theory of matter, and in this video, we learned that matter has mass and volume, meaning that it has substance and it takes up space. We also learned that according to the particulate theory of matter, all matter is made up of particles that are in constant motion and have forces of attraction between them. So now that we have gone through our background information, let us get to our main topic, states of matter. Matter exists in 3 states: solids, liquids, and gases. Let us take a look at solids first. If we look at any solid object, one of the most noticeable features is that solids have a fixed shape. This is due to the way the particles are arranged. Solid particles are very close to each other, touching even, and they are organized in a regular pattern. The rigid arrangement of the particles is due to the very strong forces of attraction that exist between these particles, allowing solids to maintain a fixed or definite shape and volume. Now, if we look closely at our illustration, we can see just how tightly packed our solid particles really are. In looking at the kinetic energy of solids, we'll find that the kinetic energy of solid particles is not very high. Consequently, solid particles do not move freely and merely vibrate within their positions. We can see in our illustration below that the particles of that solid are only vibrating. We mentioned before that solid particles are closely packed. This property makes solids very dense and resistant to being compressed or squashed. Let us now look at liquids. How do we know that something is a liquid? One of the key features of a liquid is its ability to move about freely and to slosh around within its container. This feature of liquids can be attributed to the way the particles are arranged. While liquid particles are not as tightly packed as solids, they are still relatively close. They have what we will refer to as moderate forces of attraction that allow liquids to be able to move about freely and not have a definite shape while still maintaining a fixed volume. Liquid particles have a higher kinetic energy than solid particles, and therefore they have more energy to just move about. The combination of having more energy and less attractive forces allows liquid particles to slide over each other, giving liquids the ability to flow. Now we'll remember that the particles in a liquid are not as tightly packed as the particles in a solid. As a result, liquids are not as dense as solids, but they are still denser than gases. the closeness that still exists between liquid particles allows liquids to resist compression. We will now move on to our last state of matter. Do you remember what this one is? Did you say gases? You're right. Let's get into it. Gases for me represents the state of matter that has the most fun. The particles in a gas have no regular pattern, resulting in gases having no fixed shape and no fixed volume. This freedom seen in the behavior of gases is due to the fact that gas particles have very low forces of attraction between. Gas particles also have very high amounts of kinetic energy. This allows the particles to move very freely, bouncing into each other and the walls of any container that the gas is placed into. If not confined, a gas will very easily spread and the particles will pretty much go wherever they want to go. Now, because the particles of a gas are so far apart, we're going to find that gases are not very dense. For the same reason, the particles of gases can be squashed together, and so gases are easily compressed. Now, if we look at our illustration, we can get an idea of how active gas particles can really be. So guys, we are almost at the very end of our video. Were you paying attention? Now it's time for you to test yourself. Now, do you think you can identify the different states of matter represented by these diagrams? I'll give you a few seconds to think about it. Do you think you're right? How well did you do? Now it's time for our recap. So students, we have 3 states of matter: solid, liquids, and gases. Solids have fixed volumes and fixed shapes. Their particles are tightly packed together due to the strong forces of attraction between the particles and the low kinetic energy. Solid particles therefore do not move freely and only vibrate within their fixed positions. Liquids have no fixed shape, but they've got a fixed volume. The particles are not as close as solids, but have lower forces of attraction between them and higher kinetic energy. This causes liquids to be able to flow. Gases have no fixed volume and no fixed shape. The particles are far apart and they have high kinetic energy. This means that the particles in a gas are free to move about. Gases are the most compressible and the least dense of our states of matter due to the fact that there are larger spaces between the particles. Well, my aspiring scientists, we have actually come to the end of another video. I would like to thank you for watching, and I am hoping that you learned something new today. If you like this video, or if you have checked out Reach Educational Services YouTube channel and you have seen some other video that you like, you can give us a thumbs up. You can subscribe to the channel if you have not already done so. Share. Information is good. Share. And you can drop a comment in the comment section to let us know if you've learned something or if you have any questions that you'd like us to answer for you. Thank you again for watching, guys, and see you in the next video.